Hello friends, Namaste. This is Dr. Srinagi. I am Ayurveda and medicine doctor and also a Isha Hatha Yoga teacher. Today we are going to talk about immunity in this video. About immunity, I would like to say it's a very simply you can understand immunity. Many times this happens, you have noticed that some people have a tendency to fall sick. They fall sick very easily, very quickly. Even little bit of climate change happen or little bit change in their food patterns if they do, they fall sick very easily. But on the other hand, there are other kind of people, whatever happens, no matters climate change happen or whatever they eat, they don't fall sick. Then the question comes here, why it is happening with some people are falling sick, why other people are not falling sick? Because both are exposed to the same kind of situations. What one is falling sick, other person is not falling sick. The reason behind that is because other person has a very good immunity. So it is all about immunity and how immune system behaves in your body. Everybody has immunity, but it is just a question, few people have less immunity and few people has very strong immune system. So for the people who are having less immunity, what we can do? Like, are there methods and ways to enhance immunity? Yes, Ayurveda has explained this concept of immunity in a very beautiful way. They say, in Ayurveda, there is a very beautiful terminology that is called Vyadhi Kshamatva. Vyadhi Kshamatva means, Vyadhi means disease, Kshamatva means your capacity to overcome a disease. If you go with the Ayurvedic principles of Ayurveda, Vyadhi, that is disease, happens in the body whenever there is imbalance of doshas. Doshas, these are the Vata, Pitta, Kapha, that are the components of your body, and when there is imbalance in these doshas and there is imbalance in these dhatu, Ayurveda says there are the layers, 7 dhatus that make our system, that is Ras, Rakt, Mas, Med, Asthi, Majja and Shukra. These are 7 dhatus. So whenever there is imbalance in these dhatus happen, that time also your immunity goes down and disease happen or vyadhi happen. And most importance in Ayurveda also give to the excretory system, that is the mala. Next thing is malas. Whenever vyadhi happens in our body, there is imbalance in these malas. Malas are all the excretory substances that happens in the body, where various excretions happens in the body, like in the form of sweat, in the form of urine, in the form of fecus. So various secretions are there in the body. These are known as malas. Various dhatus have various malas or excretory substances that are there. Also, it depends on the digestive fire. If there is imbalance in your digestive fire, that cause to the disease, that is one of the cause for disease. We will not go for so many details over here, but in our next videos, we will share the more and more details about this, how Ayurveda system works, how the physiology of Ayurveda works. In Ayurveda, we describe very beautifully the relationship between the mind and the physical symptoms. And any disease that happen physically to the body. Because it's been said by Maharshi Charak, that was also known as the father of Indian medicine or Ayurveda. He says, like, every physical disease finds expression as a mental disease and every mental disease finds expression as a physical disease. Let's understand this. For example, you are going through a lot of stress in the system, and this stress, because where stress happen, where the place where stress happen, that is mind. If you are going through a lot of stress in your life and this stress is continuous, and maybe your body and your mind are not capable of bearing this much of stress. Now what will happen if you keep yourself continuously in this stress kind of situation, then this stress find expressions as a physical disease. This is the reason for many chronic ailments that happen. Because you must have heard of many diseases like essential hypertension or many other diseases in which cause of the disease is not known. Many times they express in the terms of allergies, because these kind of stress, when transmitted into the physical body, it transmitted in the form of You can say like whatever organ is the weak in your body, that this stress will produce disease related to that organ. Many people you have seen like their lungs are weak, and if they go through a lot of stressful situations, then mostly they will suffer with chronic bronchitis. This usually happens. In the same way, vice versa is also true. If you have some kind of physical disease, like suddenly you saw like okay, this disease happened, a fear generates, some kind of fear happens in your system. Sometimes anxiety happen in your system. That means disease happen to the physical body, but it find where anxiety and fear happens in mind. So every disease find expressions in mind also. So if a person doesn't has natural immunity, there are methods and ways with which you can enhance your immunity and make your system very strong. Because this Vyadhi Kshamatva or the immunity that has been explained in Ayurveda, it has two aspects. One aspect is it prevent the reoccurrence of disease. If the disease happened to you and it's been cured, if your immune system is good, then the reoccurrence of disease will not happen. And another thing is, another aspect of this immunity in Ayurveda that has been explained in Ayurveda is it will resist the progress of disease. Let's suppose some kind of disease is trying to happen in your system, it can be any kind of disease. So this Vyadhi Kshamatva or immunity if you have, it will stop the progress of disease. That disease will not progress so quickly in your body, it will produce resistance in your system. How we can handle stresses? There are various methods and ways with which we can handle. If mind is not able to handle stress, so there are techniques and methods in Ayurveda also and in yoga also which will help you to make your mind strong. Let's first rule out the causes which are responsible for lack of immunity. And because these are the small causes which if we remove from our system, we will help our immune system to boost and work much better. One of these causes is obesity. Obesity, you know, excessive fat. If you have obesity, that is one of the cause for reducing your immunity. But the good thing about obesity is we have methods and ways to reduce this obesity. We have various yoga practices are there, various life modifications are there. And once we rule out the cause of obesity, like why this obesity is happening, many times we have seen like the people who are under depression or suffer from obesity, or because these drugs which they are antidepressant drugs which they are taking to cope up with depression, they also produce obesity, and also many antibiotics and many these kind of drugs also have side effects. That is also one of the reasons. Another thing is let's suppose you have diabetes mellitus, so this cause central obesity, but many times people are not aware of like they are having diabetes, but they think okay they are obese, but they never go and check for, maybe they should check for their diabetes, maybe this obesity is diabetes related. So if we treat the underlying cause, why this obesity is happening, why this excessive fat is happening, then obesity will go down, you will become more perfect and your immune system will go much better. Next of the reason which is responsible for lack of immunity is emaciation. If a person is extremely thin and he thinks okay nothing can be done because whatever he is doing he is still emaciated, he doesn't know how to work on his body. In these kind of patients we go for treating the digestive fire. You know, Ayurveda has a concept of Agni, what kind of Agni you have, whether it's very high potency Agni that is called Tivra Agni or your Agni has been disturbed. Many in these kind of cases this emaciation happen because their digestion, the digestive system is not working properly. So if we treat their digestive system, your immune system will automatically become much better. And next comes the nourishment, how you are nourishing your body. Are you eating totally packed food or you are eating organic food? Because we all know this organic food will help in making our tissue health much better. And if you are living in nature, that also boosts your immunity. So these are the small factors. If we take care of these things, our immunity will become much better. And one of the most important factor which we do not pay attention is your feeble mind. If your mind is weak, there are more chances that this person's immunity will be low. But the good thing is we have techniques and we have methods to make your mind strong, so that you do not take expressions from unpleasant situations, and you do not land into stressful situations. Especially this Kriya Yoga works in very beautifully in enhancing this capability of a person. If you have a very feeble mind, it is best that you take a help of yoga, and there is a very beautiful concept of Rasinas in Ayurveda. They are special kind of herbal compositions that specially act to make your mind much better. These are called Rasinas, means they enhance the intelligence, the activity of your mind. They will help to make your mind very strong. If you have feeble mind, there is nothing need to worry about it, and because it's normal to have a feeble mind. But the good thing is, because you have a weak mind, now you need to take a little help for some practices. These can be yoga practices or some kind of Ayurveda Rasinas, that is called Rasinas, that will enhance the immunity of your mind, and that will help you or prepare you to go into unpleasant situations, so that these unpleasant situations do not impact your mind that much. Because for some reasons, if you have weak mind, we have methodologies like various yoga practices are there which directly work on your brain and enhance the immunity, especially in Rasinas. You can say these are brain tonics that help to make your brain function is a much better way. There are much other things which will helpful in enhancing the immunity is, please check like whether your digestive system is working properly. Because many times there is pitta imbalance that happens in the body, because that is the main component that is responsible for your digestion. Sometimes this imbalance for this pitta happens, and that is also if it is not balanced properly, it is also contributing to make your immunity less. So there are methods and ways with which we can balance pitta. In Ayurveda, its pitta component has been explained in a very elaborate way. Next thing is, if you have a very good skeletal system, if you work on your skeletal system, there are various yoga practices that will help your making your skeletal system very strong. Because all these muscles, they have insertion points on your bones, and this between muscle and a bone there is something called tendon. So there are various yoga practices that will help in strengthening that tendon, so that your muscles will get not only strength but flexibility, and in turn they will support your visceral organs in a much better way. One of the things is, if you have very strong mind, then you are capable of handling these stressful situations or unpleasant situations that happen in your life, and your health will become much more better and your immune system become much more stronger. So try to live in more loving and caring and healthy atmosphere. Now there are few things which can be avoided, which we all know, but sometimes it happens we are just not aware of these things. It is just like anger. Why we say anger is bad for health? You have heard from everybody says anger is bad, anger is bad. Why? Because anger reduces immunity of your body. It acts on your immune system. It reduces the ojas element, that is essence of all the dhatus that are responsible for making the body of human. So it decreases the ojas element in the body. So that's why it's not good to do anger. So if it's possible, try to reduce your anger. Another thing that acts on your immune system is anxiety or stress, because they also indirectly affect on lymphatic system, and we all know lymphatic system is responsible for our immunity. So we should also avoid this anger and anxiety, because they are not good for health. Next thing is hunger. Many times we are doing some office work or we are doing something very important work and we feel hunger, but we avoid it. We think, okay, right now we don't want to eat, we will eat later, and we persist with that hunger. Sometimes it also happens the whole day we are not eating anything, and this is also not good for your system. It also decreases your immunity in a long term. So for enhancing immunity, what Ayurveda has is, in Ayurveda there is a very beautiful concept that has been mentioned as Rasinas. Rasinas are some herbal compositions which are formulated for the better health of a human being. You can also say these are kind of tonics, but natural tonics that will naturally help in enhancing the immunity of the human. Ancient Ayurveda physicians have developed certain formulations that help to enhance the immunity of a human being by doing little bit of lifestyle modifications and the therapeutic uses of these compositions which they have made. These are called Rasinas. Rasina is made up of two words, ras and ayana. So rasa is, you can correlate it with plasma. Its rasa means a kind of liquid juice that is correlated with plasma, you can say, and ayana means the path. So these Ayurveda doctors, they go with physicians. These Ayurveda physicians go with the path of Rasinas. There is a principle in Ayurveda. They feel like if you treat Rasina, if you treat the ras dhatu of the body, like I told you earlier also, there are 7 dhatus in the body, and if you treat ras dhatu in the body, because the other dhatus will get cured or will become healthy by itself. So that is the concept behind Rasinas, and that will help to make each and every organ of your body healthy, and so in turn increase the immunity of the body. Now, who can take Rasinas? What is the methodology? What is the way how we can take Rasinas? There is a proper way of diagnosing which Rasina will suit to which, because there are various parameters which we need to take in consideration when we prescribing Rasina to everyone. It is not like one Rasina is it's for everyone. Okay, this will do this for every human being, because in Ayurveda you all know, like, we give a lot of importance to individual person, individual health. When we are prescribed Rasina to every person, we check what is the situation of his digestive fire, how his immunity is, what is the present state of disease from which he is suffering, what was the past history of that person, what is the family history of that person, what is the Prakriti analysis of that person, like how his composition of the body is, and how his all the vitals are working, what age this person is, because different people of different ages need to have different Rasina, because there are different Rasinas for children, different Rasina for old age people. So it is not like one Rasina will work for everyone. Every person has different composition of body, different situations, different kind of disease, so his Rasina will also be of different kind. While giving Rasina to the people or this herbal compositions to the people, various methods and various technologies need to be considered. So we never advise Rasinas as self-medication. We always recommend people to take a proper advice from a doctor before consuming any kind of these Rasinas, because you don't know, for one person this Rasina will produce different kind of effect, because it depends on digestive fire, what kind of digestive fire that person has. So there are ways and methods with which we can make the immune system of a person strong. We can adopt various yoga practices for which will enhance immunity, especially these Hatha Yoga asanas that are very good for immunity, and various Rasinas that are recommended in Ayurveda, but always take these Rasina under the guidance of a doctor. So it is very, very important. These days many researches has been going on also, like Tinospora cardifolia, it works on your immunity, Vidania somnifera, it also helps on immunity, but still it is not like we can use it for every person. So even if you have weak immunity, you need not to worry, because there are very simple yoga practices which you can start even from doing today. And if you want to know which are the yoga practices which will help you in releasing the stress and anxiety, you please write to us. We will send you a link which practice you can start even doing from today, and it will help you to release stress in much better way. And another thing which you can do for immunity is you do a little bit of lifestyle modifications, like if you are eating food at very late at night, try to eat it 3-4 hours before going to bed. because it will help you to digest food in a much better way. And you all know, like, now digestion is proper, then it will help you to make your immunity much more better. It is recommended whenever you are having food, try to have food in a very calm place. Don't talk while eating food. Try to be more silent, because it will help you to digest food in a much better way. Because when we open mouth while for talking while eating food, your vata, that vata dosh got disturbed. So it's better you eat food in a more silent way, so that the pitta, that is the digestive fire in your body, will act in a much better way. So even if you have weak immunity, you need not to worry. You can adopt the simple ways of Ayurveda and yoga in your life, and this way you can enhance your immunity in a much better way. If you want us to make some video, if you have some questions related, then please don't hesitate to write it down below, and we would like to answer those questions in the best possible way that we can. And with this note, I just want to say, stay healthy, stay blessed.